From the Hec-Edmundson Pavilion in Seattle, Washington, K5, the home team, presents second round coverage of the NCAA Women's Volleyball Tournament. The Washington Huskies of the Pac-10 face off against the 15th seeded Hawaii Rainbow Wahine of the WAC. Hello again, everyone. Chris McLaughlin alongside Ryan Suji, and what a match we're going to have tonight. And most of the storyline tonight is going to revolve around the 5 seniors. First of all, the seniors for the University of Washington.
Yeah, all 3 seniors for Washington will play pivotal roles in tonight's match. Setter Jenna Haglin and outside hitters Kendra Carlson and Becky Perry all will be factors in the success of Washington tonight. So look for them to be leaders both on the court and also help lead this team to victory tonight.
And for Hawaii, Danny Mafua is going to play a pivotal role as well, along with Liz Kaihue.
Yeah, those 2 seniors for the University of Hawaii not only contribute on the court, but they're the heart and soul for this Hawaii team. They provide leadership and will get the team together when things start going awry. And that takes us right into our Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. Live well, be well, and thrive. First for the Washington Huskies, it's serving in Seattle. This is a team that's ranked 2nd in the Pac-10 in service aces. Last night they had 4, so they're going to be very aggressive from behind the service line. We'll see if Hawaii passers can keep up with the serving of the Huskies. And for the University of Hawaii, it's the X factors. We all know Kanani Danielson is going to get her fair share of kills, but it's going to be the X factors. Michelle Weber, Emily Hartong, Brittany Hewitt. Those are the players I believe need to have big nights in order for Hawaii to have their success.
So it's about 40 degrees outside right now, very, very cold, about half the temperature of Honolulu right now. But it's going to be hot in here in this gym tonight because this is one of the best regional finals of the sub-regionals in the NCAA, I think, in the entire country. So hopefully you folks will stick around, and we'll be right back. The starting lineups are sponsored by Hawaiian Tel Federal Credit Union, where membership is open to all island residents. Hele mai, you belong. Well, for Washington, they've got Carlson and Perry. They're the big dominant duo on the outside. They'll be hitting a lot of balls out the pins. Kylan Munoz is their 3rd outside hitter. Barfield and Rowland, they're very strong in the middle. Hawaii's got to find a way to stop them. Jenna Haglin, she's the All-American setter. She does it all. And Jenna Orlandini, a very good libero. There you see Jimmy McLaughlin in his 10th year after having stints at Kansas State and USC men before that. He's won a couple of NCAA championships, one at SC with the men and one with Washington in 2005. And for Hawaii, it's Weber and Danielson on the outside. Satelli, who had a terrific night last night, playing the opposite position. Hewitt and Hartong in the middle. Mafua will use those magic hands of hers to set the offense, and Liz Kaihue, the other senior, will be the libero. Dave Shoji there in his 36th year, not a gray hair on that head. How about that, folks? I'll tell you, he's nervous, though. I talked to him before the game, and he's concerned about this matchup against the University of Washington Huskies. He compared it, actually, to his matches against USC the last couple of years, playing at Galen Center, only he said, this Washington team is more physical and the crowd more hostile. The series record is sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. Over 62 years of Kama'aina hospitality. There's the record. Hawaii leads 8-3 against the University of Washington.
And now the starting lineup.
We see the Rainbow faithful.
Actually, that is Brittany Hewitt's dad right there with the Brittany Hewitt sign. As we said last night, both Edward and Teresa now live in Seattle, so good to have the Hewitts in the house, as well as a fair number of Hawaii fans who've made the trek. I mean, it's dominated by purple shirts in the house, but there are a lot of Hawaii people. Hawaii's well represented with some tea leaves in the crowd as well.
I'm sure they'd love to see Brittany next weekend as well, since the regionals are being hosted right here in Seattle as well by the University of Washington. This health report is sponsored by HMSA, working for a healthier Hawaii. And good news, healthy players all around, including Alexis Forsyth. I had breakfast with her this morning, and I said, Alexis, are you ready to play in case things go awry in the middle or on the outside? And she says she's fired up and ready to go.
Yeah, and I think that just helps with Hawaii's overall depth, is to have Forsyth available, and possibility of moving Hartong to the outside. So who knows what we'll see, if this Hawaii lineup is capable of just holding its own, or if they're going to need to look at the bench for some help. But I think all the reserves on the bench are capable of helping this team. Actually, it's interesting to note, Hawaii will be starting with Michelle Weber in the lineup, which means that they are not in their traditional lineup. Weber usually will start in that right back position, and Emily Maeda or Alex Griffiths would be in there. But Hawaii choosing to go with Weber, which means she will most likely be in the front row, which means Kanani Danielson will not start off in that left front position. So that's just the gamesmanship that's going to be going on between these two coaches all night long. They're looking for the matchups, is what both Dave Shoji and Jim McLaughlin are looking for right away.
And here's Margie Ray, the upper referee. She calls a lot of regionals and big NCAA championship events. Also calls a lot of events in the WAC. And there's lower referee Paula Martin. Wiseman Kylie Nichols and Robin Filinaua. So some Polynesian on the lines. Maybe we'll get some breaks there. What do you think, Ryan?
So looking at the lineup, Hawaii starting, as we mentioned, in a different rotation. Kanani Danielson will be starting in the middle back position, trying to get her matchup possibly with Haglin to maybe exploit the smaller blocker, and having Weber go up against the big blocker in Carlson.
Exactly. Maybe having Liz Kaihue, one of Hawaii's best servers, start the game off. He's got that great running jump float, and we're underway. Good deep serve. Back set. Right away gets covered, but back set to Becky Perry. Here's Kaihue with her first dig. Carlson taking a swing from the outside. Oh, what a set from Kanani Danielson. And Carlson just rips it down the line, but what a way to start this evening with a rally like that.
Well, great defense on both sides. Elizabeth Kaihue coming up with some fantastic digs, and Jenna Haglin showing why she is a third-team All-American with some stellar defensive moves as well.
Perry back to serve. Good pass by Weber. Back set to Satelli. She had the hot hand last night. Hits this one out. No touch. Just barely out. Two blockers up on Satelli. I think they're going to key on her a little bit since she was so good last night against Portland State.
And right away they went after Michelle Weber on the serve receive. We'll see if they go after her again. This time Kanani Danielson pulls it off.
Satelli gets her second chance. Well, I like that. Go back to the same player who just made a mistake.
And Danny Mafua has been doing that all season long. She has confidence in all her attackers, especially Chantil Satelli, who's really been helping to carry the offensive burden as of late, showing confidence in Chantil, going right back to her.
Big jump serve by Satelli. Ooh, I think Kaihue might have taken an out ball there. Point Huskies.
And Hawaii's got to be more prepared for that attack by Kendra Carlson. Hawaii's block was fairly weak that time. They need to acknowledge when Carlson's in the front row and try to get two blockers on her at all times.
There's Kelsey Dunaway, the 6'2" sophomore middle blocker, who's a serving specialist. Danielson struggles with that one. Let's see if they take a swing. No, Kaihue's just going to give Washington a free ball. Munoz gets a pretty good swing. Kaihue with a good set to Weber, and Weber just hits it long. And there is a touch call. Point Hawaii.
You gotta love the freshman with no fear, having hit a lot of out-of-system plays. This ball set by Kaihue high to the pin, and Weber goes for the high hands. We talked about her in the beginning. She will be an X factor, and right now, holding on her own, taking some quality swings.
And earlier in the year, she used to hit low along the tape. Now she's learning how to hit that high deep into the corner. Here's Munoz. She gets blocked. And back set. That time to Carlson, the 6'1". The senior All-American last year. And she's so very athletic. Look at that, 4 kills per set. She and Perry are, in the 4 years they've been together, they've never had less than a 20-game season in wins. Kanani Danielson catches the back line.
That's a first set for Kanani Danielson as she rotates to the front row, but an excellent pass by Elizabeth Kaihue to start it off on the jump serve. Mafua tempos this ball, and Danielson able to hit that high seam. Washington calling for it out, but the linesman says it caught the back line.
Bianca Rowe just a little bit late getting to the outside. There's Hagen with that quick set to the middle. Maeda, not a great bump set to Danielson. So it'll be a free ball for Washington. And Munoz launches it out.
And Munoz struggled last night, so she is a player that we need to keep an eye on. She only had 2 kills, hit 0-0-0 throughout the match, already hitting negative 333.
So if Hawaii can serve tough, which Hewitt's pretty good at, but that time she hits it out. But if Hawaii can serve tough in that rotation, the breakdown, the default set's going to go to the outside on the left probably, and that will be Munoz.
And you can tell they're going after Becky Perry. Michigan did that last night. Perry passed poorly in the first 2 sets, was able to kind of redeem herself later. But watch for Hawaii to be serving number 10 for Washington.
Kelly Holford, defensive specialist, in now. Maeda, not a good pass. Out of the back row comes Satele. Hawaii will get another chance to be in system now. Danielson hits it deep cross court. Dug by Orlandini. And Carlson with a high hand shot. She's off to a fast start. 4 kills for Carlson. She's got 4 out of their 6 points.
And it's going to be interesting right now for Hawaii passers to settle down right now. Passing is not looking very crisp. Look for them to go after Emily Maeda yet again.
Went right after her, and she did put up a good pass that time. And Hartong gets a nice little step-out move, but a good dig by Washington. Maeda with a good dig. Out of the back row, Satele, she'll take a good swing now. She'll take a healthy rip. Anytime it's in her wheelhouse, she goes for it.
And Chantil Satele looking very confident out there. Impressive to see. You usually see Chantil very quiet. She's out there yelling at her teammates, and that's a great sign for Hawaii fans when Chantil Satele is looking strong and confident.
Mafua with her jump float. She works on Holford right away, and Holford does not put up a good pass. Actually, it's an overpass almost. And Hartong takes a quick set from Denny Mafua for Hawaii's 6-point. We're all knotted at 6.
Well, we talked about this at the beginning, is again the X factors like Emily Hartong, Mafua with no fear, setting Hartong right in the middle. Great quick arm swing and the delivery.
Mafua again, this time working on Orlandini. A step out maneuver, that time by Bianca Rowland, who had a big night last night. Rowland with 7 kills, hit 500, had 5 blocks.
Kanani Danielson that time getting caught off guard, got stuck in the middle and couldn't make it outside to the pass. And they go after Kanani and look for them to do that all night. They're going to try and get Kanani as many touches as they can on the serve receive to kind of tire her out. Kanani wisely let that ball go wide as Hawaii closes the gap within 1 again. Actually, we're tied up at 7.
Danielson with her jump serve, easy one. Here comes Carlson out of the back. Again, she goes cross court. Hawaii cannot handle it. Danielson almost there.
And a great hit from behind the 3-meter line. So look for Washington to continue to search for Carlson behind that line as she rotates now to the front row.
So she'll hit out of all 6 rotations, all 6 positions. The waiver hitting high and deep. That's an overpass by Holford. And Hawaii ties it up again at 8. This match shaping up to be as close as we expected. As we see the brain trust on each side, Kenna Gandara and Jim McLaughlin chatting there over the strategy. Pass way off the net.
Well, great dig by Elizabeth Kaihui that time, but a little bit too tight. Mafua is a back row setter. So she's in the front row. She may have had an easier time, but Mafua having to break in and just able to get one hand on it. Hewitt not able to come with the delivery on that 3rd contact.
So Becky Perry goes back to serve. She, the Perry and Carlson duo. Both of them over 1,000 kills in their career. Wendy Hewitt catches Becky Perry in the chest, and then the neck, and then out.
Well, great hit by Hewitt. She hits high and hard, but that rally started off with a pass by Weber. Weber, who traditionally not in the passing formation, sucked that ball right on the money.